Well, I'm originally from Detroit, Michigan. My parents were both in the military, so I kind of started my first 5 years of life as a military brat. My mother had multiple sclerosis, so by the time I was 7, she started having symptoms, and so just kind of a slow deterioration. Until the time I got 20, she passed away from symptoms of multiple sclerosis. So I was pretty much raised in Detroit up until I left back in 2008 to come to Atlanta. So 2022, and I came home one day and I was taking my shoes and socks off and I noticed indentation in my leg. So the next day I looked down on my feet again and a couple of my toes were swollen. I said, well, let me go see my primary care physician. Her colleague called me and said, you need to go to the emergency room. They ran blood work and the internist came and said, there's something going on with your kidneys and your liver. I need you to have a CT scan. And then he came back and I saw on his face something wasn't right. He was like, so I got the results of your CT scan. You have masses throughout your abdomen area, and we need to rule out metastatic cancer. You have a lesion on your liver, you have 2 lesions on your right kidney, 1 on your left kidney, you have multiple lesions in your stomach area, and your pancreas is inflamed. And then they said, we're going to biopsy your kidneys. We're going to hold off on doing your liver because we want to do your kidneys first. My biopsy was in July by this time. They still didn't know what it was. And I started getting really sick again, and I had to go to the hospital, and they went in and they did a biopsy on my kidneys, and then they also did a biopsy in my stomach, and that's when they found out it was IgG4. I said it was impacting my quality of life. It's just annoying, I would say, because I used to being active and doing stuff, but like, oh, I can't, I want to go to my office. I want to go to church on Sunday, I want to go travel. And I had planned these trips, like I'm going overseas, now I can't do the things I want to do. I would get winded, constantly fatigued, like just going to brush my teeth in the morning, lean on the sink, standing in the shower, leaning against the wall. Just scary not knowing. And there's not a lot of research on IgG4, so you Google, you see like the same articles. My nephrologist, she was sharing information with me as she found out about it, but the unknown can be scary. Once I realized what the disease was and how it could impact your organs, I go have blood work every month, but then they kind of tapered it off every 3 months. So between those 3 months, I was worried like, oh my goodness, could this be attacking my organs? And when I go back, they're gonna be like, oh, we need to get you in the hospital because now it's attacking not only your pancreas, but it's attacking your gallbladder, and it moved up to your lungs because I didn't have any symptoms. So it is like a silent type of monster inside of you, and by the time you find out, it could be too late, and that's what scares me the most. It presents as a lot of other different diseases, and that's why physicians that are not aware of it. So it's very important that you follow up with your healthcare providers to make sure you get tested frequently, let them do the blood work so you can see what disease is doing inside of your body. I would say make sure you surround yourself with positive people, and I would say be honest with what you're going through and make sure you translate that and make sure you're honest with your providers about what you're going through and hold them accountable, and just don't give up. Don't give up.